Hello everybody, welcome back. Today is Sunday, March 24th, 2024, and I'd like to provide an update on the status of my orchids here. The last one I did was a attempt to rescue this Phaleanopsis here at the end. So let's put this down and I will bring this front and center. So this one here is one we received as a gift a long time ago. This was the second one that was part of the duo. Now this one had issues with, I guess, the roots dying. So on my last video I was attempting to rescue it, but it was a losing battle because during the year it died. is what happened to this. So that project failed. So this one I'll just leave alone and we'll put away. Now this one here was a sad story. This was a gift from a friend, and it had the yellow flowers from last year. So what happened last year was in the house we noticed a lot of ants was crawling up the side here. So we decided to bring this outside, and I was about to repot it, but things got busy. I never repotted it. When I brought it outside, it was placed in the shade, so that was fine. But then we, excuse me, but then we did a lot of house remodeling of the front yard, and had to move it, and I moved it to the back where it was in direct sun. So what happened there was it killed a lot of the roots and a lot of the leaves as well. As you can see, some of these roots here are still sunburned. We had some new aerial roots grow from my last video. Some of them, well, I guess this is partially healthy, but you can tell that it's white up here and it's been sunburned. These here also have been sunburned. This one's dead. I'll cut this one off eventually. But these are still pretty solid. So are these. These are pretty solid as well. But I keep watering. I'm trying to recover this one as well. Now, earlier in the year, not earlier, about a month ago, I noticed that it started flowering. So this big long stem was growing, and then I had a couple of flowers here, but they fell off. And I don't think, well, hopefully I'm hope that we will get more flowers here out of these buds that we see up here. Now, a lot of the leaves were also sunburned, and this was the last remaining leaf, but you can tell by, like in the middle here, this one's all sunburned and all dried out, and it's starting to break off. But it looks like the rest of this is pretty healthy. Now, about a month ago, this leaf here was very small. It was like this. It was growing out, and I was thinking, oh, great, we do have growth still, and I'm hoping for new leaves to form. But at the time that this was really small, this spike had already grown, and I was hesitant or wondering whether all the energy will be going into flowering the spike or growing the leaf. And now I think the answer is obvious, is that most of the energy here is going towards growing the leaf. And maybe that's why I am not getting flowers this year. But I'm holding out hope. I'm not going to cut this. Maybe this will flower later on in the year. And brought this back inside about when my renovation projects were completed on the backyard and front yard, but hopefully this will recover. Okay, now this one, I'm kind of proud of this. This we got again as a gift that came in this little container. We had a pair of these. So I repotted this into a larger pot. This is slightly larger. This pot previously had held this plant, which I repotted into a larger plant. Now, earlier this year, about 2 or 3 months ago, when I first noticed the spike, let's check this out. See, the spike was growing from underneath. I don't know if you can see here. It was growing from underneath this set of leaves here, and that's what's making it grow sideways instead of up. So I figured there's nothing I can do to redirect it, because that would require moving this leaf, and I don't think that can be done. Well, so I let it grow out, and this is looking really nice. And this Probably is the way it grows out in nature as well. Now the roots, aerial roots here look fine. They're nice and strong. A couple of dried out ones, this one I'll cut away. But as I mentioned earlier, after this spike had come and started to flower, I noticed a small leaf growing. So hopefully during the coming year, when these flowers fall off, more of the energy will be going into growing this leaf here, and maybe we'll get another flower spike next year. But as I recall, this didn't spike last year, so I'm pretty happy that we got this for this year. Okay, now for this one also we had received as a gift. The last time, well actually about I think 2 Decembers ago was when I repotted this to try and straighten it out, but I think that's a losing battle because right now it's growing toward the right, but the flower turns out to be pretty good. I got this in time to straighten it out. I tied it up to a stake, so now it's growing up straight. This one, let me see. Oh yes, this one had very thin aerial roots the last time, and all the thin ones that I had mentioned in my previous video had all fallen off. So these are all new roots that have grown. At first when they started coming out, they were as thick as these, but now it looks like they're kind of losing its girth, and it's starting to thin out as well with like the other ones. But we'll see what happens during the rest of the year. The only question I have with this as well is that this is a pretty big long section here that has no flowers. I guess that there's nothing we can do because I don't want to cut this off because all the good roots are still inside the soil. So anyway, I don't think I will try and repot this to make it go straight again because it didn't turn out that well from the last time. It continued to go sideways. So for now, I'm pretty happy. I have 2 plants that flowered. This one, hopefully next year will get resurrected, and we'll post a follow-up video next year. And outside, I have my cymbidium that I had repotted as well. One of them is spiking and has flower buds. It didn't open up yet, but my next video will probably take a look at that, along with the other plants that I have outside in the front of the yard. So thank you all for watching, and talk with you next time.